Hello, it's me again. Well, I thought about Corona since it came out. And in the beginning, I said, well, God shut down the world to fix it. Because humanity really went crazy, especially in the last 100 years or so, due to technology. Look at it. We went to moon. We are planning to go to Mars. Yet, a little virus shut down the whole world, stopped the whole traffic, dropped the gas prices, God knows, to $37 below for a gallon. Minus 37, meaning they have to pay you $37 to buy a barrel of oil. Once oil was better than gold. Even today is better than gold. Nothing happened to the oil, is what happened to the people. There's the expression that fear is worse than death. So fear of death is worse than death itself. Is exactly being a prisoner for life is much worse than to be dead by a fire squad. That's fact. If a criminal get killed by fire squad, he's dead, he's gone. His suffering is over. But while he's sitting in jail for all his life, every moment of his living is worse than death, especially if it's confined to be death and is still waiting for trial or for clemency or whatever you call it. So, who's in charge of this virus? Very simple: globalists, those that want to take over the world and believe in one government for the whole world. And who is really implying this theory? Theocracies like Iran, Catholicism, exact example of a theocracy, and those non-believers that do not believe in God, and they call communists. Okay. Now, if you watch television, you see how they create the fear mongering from the virus from the first second. And who is supporting basically the World Organization, HOW? Bill Gates. Why? Bill Gates created computers. He became multi-billionaire from the sale of his computers. China has 1.4 billion population. That human value is zero. But money is their God. Now look at the virus, how it was spread. First, it was created as a tech, bioweapon in a Chinese lab. By whom? By technicians and scientists that believe in global government, meaning one government for all that is going to be Chinese, unfortunately. But that's the truth. So the first victims were Chinese. They claimed they had 3,000 deaths. They closed a city of 11 million, yet they claimed they had 3,000 deaths. That's a bogus number. Probably their death is over 200, 300,000. They locked people in their doors so they don't get out. And then at midnight they bury them or they burn them. Who cares? Mao killed 50 million Chinese, didn't damage China at all. Stalin killed 70 million Russians, didn't hurt Russian at all. Human life is nothing in China. And put it in the United States. because China taking over the United States. This was and is a plot against Western society and freedom of speech. And the dogs, their dogs, Chinese dogs, like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google, what they doing? They preventing you even to see a demonstration of a free people in a state that they are blocked and locked in their home for no reason. They prevent people to see it. They said it's a propaganda. Yes, if you watch every leftist biased television station or radio station in the United States, especially Voice of America, I don't know if you listen to Voice of America, you believe that the end is over, and we as a human do not have no right to speak, to express our view, to broadcast anything like what I'm saying. I'm going to be shut down. Probably YouTube would not see it. The second that I put that in YouTube and they realize that is against their policy, against their morality, I'm going to be gone. Not only my voice, God knows, maybe they just shoot me. Look what happened the last 3.5 years with Donald Trump. Donald Trump, as an outsider, as a builder, not a politician, not a great speaker, even though he was born in this country, he speaks worse than me. I mean, his English is terrible. Yet, as a practical man, is pragmatic, that loved this country, no doubt about that. The moment he was elected, the Russian coup came through. Over 2 years, Democrats waited for Mueller to find out about Russian. And Mueller even didn't know who Christopher Steele was, the guy that spread the virus. Then later on after that, what they did, they brought Kavanaugh. What they did with Kavanaugh, what a chaos. Wow, the man was a rapist. Luckily, he kept his logs from school and proved it that he wasn't a rapist. He's a nice man that goes to church. He's a good Christian. Kavanaugh didn't succeed either. Then they brought the other thing. What was it? The last attempt, the coup actually, the political coup against legitimately elected president of the United States. Comey is still free, and Brennan is still free. Obama was rewarded $14 million or $20 million mansion in the East Coast and a Nobel Prize. Yes. Obama that destroyed the Middle East and caused millions of Arabs to die and millions to become a refugee around the world. Because they all follow the communistic theory or ideology of Al Alinsky. Read his book. The first thing that you do to control the people, you create fear. Okay, they created fear. Lock the people in their homes so they can't go even to the beach. They even cannot walk in the street. Oh, you're going to die if you walk. Nonsense. And then kill the economy, the best economy that ever existed in the United States. Create 26 or 30 million unemployed. Cut the chain food. Cut the gas. It's all pre-planned, and Trump fell in the trap. The percentage of death in California, population of 40 million, is 1,200 people. Since when, for 1,200 people, you shut down a country of 40 million? Since when? After all, 60,000 people die from influenza every year. God knows how many people die from accidents. God knows how many people die from a stroke and heart attack and opioid. Why they don't shut the country then? And why now? Because it's all planned. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a pre-planned World War III against freedom that we enjoyed until now. Our freedom is gone. United States, you cannot even speak your mind. This is loss of our Constitution, totally, that start shrinking by Obama, by Clinton, that they sold this country to Chinese, by Jimmy Carter, the first communist that was ever elected in the United States as a president. I remember it 45 years ago when I came here, Ford was president because of the screwed up of Nixon that opened the gates to China, actually, run away from, political problem inside of the country. United States never lost in Vietnam War. The media caused the loss of United States in Vietnam. No other element. I remember I wasn't here. I came in 1975 when Ford was president, and then later on Jimmy Carter came because Ford said that Europe was not under communist threat when the Cold War existed, and Russia or USSR then occupied most countries in Europe. Anybody remember? There's no traveling to Berlin. There's no traveling to Russia. There's no traveling to China, Albany, any other countries in eastern side of the Europe that was occupied under Russian. The only president that understood the principle of the liberty of the United States was Ronald Reagan, the greatest president ever after Lincoln. And now, even then, when Reagan was elected, he was the laughter of the media. This is second-class actor. Like the actors, God knows who they are. Actors read a script, remember it, and then act on it. That's it. I could be an actor. I was an actor, actually, when I was in high school. Anyway, so all this bogus being locked up is damaging United States of America. Every day that this economy is shut down, not by any other factor. I'm not saying that the virus doesn't exist. The virus exists. But who created it? Chinese with Bill Gates. And who promoted it? Chinese and World Health Organization with a slave of a Chinese, Dr. Steder, or whatever his name is, the Ethiopian that handling World HW. Yet whole Hollywood gathered together and collect $160 million to give it to World Health Organization, part of corrupted United Nations that within 50 or 60 or 70 years that exist, legislated almost over 5,000 anti-Semite resolution against the only democracy in the United States, in the world, I would say, after the United States, Israel. So who rules the world? The anti-Semite, Arabs, theocracy, and the communist. United States may be the first country and most liberated country in the world, but we now not anymore. We're locked up and shut down, and maybe you never see this YouTube. Maybe some see, and nobody going to pay attention because who am I? I'm a drop-off high school kid that came to this country, made millions, and I was robbed by a partner that made him a partner. My asset was robbed, and I couldn't go to court even. So justice does not exist in this world. The only justice is God of Israel that's going to fix this world, hopefully. Another 200 years. We just have to wait for our Messiah. Thanks so much. Nice talking to you.